Hello everyone! Usual disclaimer, I want Star Citizen to become a fantastic game and a huge success. I just don't have any hope left with Chris and CIG's top management anymore. Since last week Wednesday I'm banned on Spectrum for a week for postings that I did identical for months and years. Yes, sometimes I just copy and paste my older replies. Why should I write everything new all the time? I'm really wondering if CIG is now using AI on Spectrum to monitor postings and to ban people. So I'm banned since last week Wednesday, but on Thursday I got another notification. Moderator has deleted your reply inside the thread. CIG, please add weight to ships. It's time, in fact, it's time yesterday for the following reason, rule XXX. Comment on mod, account actions and bans, arguing moderation. Well, I can tell you one thing. Don't comment on mods, on account actions, bans, and don't argue with moderation on Spectrum, because this is a sure ban. I know this, so I don't do this. So I don't know why my reply was deleted. And the annoying part is I cannot even check my reply because it's deleted. I don't even know what my crime was. If I go back to Spectrum from now on, I will make screenshots of all my comments so that at least I know why something was deleted. Captain Eisen left this comment on my banned for a week video recently. He got a notification on Spectrum too. We've removed a number of your recent posts and a thread from your account, which included disrespectful or targeted remarks. We welcome your participation, but it must remain friendly, civil, and in line with our community guidelines. Because of recent behavior and conduct, we suspended your Spectrum forum and chat access for 72 hours. This doesn't affect your access to the game. And Captain Eisen wrote, all is lost, starting to understand Avenger 1, going to look for Jesus, so long. I would like to remind you, Captain Eisen posted a video about the massive do-things in 4.6. Well, Star Citizen always got massive do-things, even do-things of players and NPCs at walking speeds. But it got way worse with 3.18 PS and with 4.0 with a much higher player cap. And since 4.5, introduction of engineering, CIG servers have to keep track, store and distribute even more data, and the game is unplayable at times. Well, at least CIG didn't remove Captain Eisen's reply. Spectrum is CIG's turf, they can do whatever they want, they can ban anything that's even a little bit critical about their game. However, CIG is really extreme on their forums. I can understand that CIG doesn't like it if someone attacks or insults devs directly. I don't like this either. If you don't agree with my videos, that's fine, but if you insult me on my comment section, if you insult CIG devs because they have blue hair, green hair, they are too woke, whatever this means, or they have a pride flag on their clothing, just stop posting on my comment section and go to your Nazi forums. No one likes you. Of course, you can totally disagree with things, for example, Yuki Glad does with the flight model. Yeah, I totally agree with you. But don't attack someone because he has blue hair, green hair, he is too woke, or has a pride flag on his clothing. CIG has achieved very little in year 14 with over $1 billion in funding. We have a laggy tech demo with massive interaction delays and do-things. Just yesterday, a fistful of credits gave me a railgun and Animus. Thank you very much for this, a fistful of credits. I will use this in my test soon. But it wasn't exactly very smooth. We partied up, he put both weapons into one SCU crate, and I took them on my character. Animus missile launcher worked, but I couldn't take the railgun. I put it on my backpack, it was on my backpack, and then it teleported back into the crate. I tried like 12 times. Then a fistful of credits tried. Same thing, he couldn't put a railgun on his character. Railgun always teleported back into the box. He suggested to change servers. We did this, and railgun disappeared. It was gone. Luckily, he had a few, so now I have a railgun. Thank you very much again. Year 14, more than $1 billion in funding, and you cannot even pick up an item reliably. Let this sink in. According to leaks, Chris has spent at least $500 million exclusively on Squadron 42. Very little of this will port over to the PU. The flight model is trash since the introduction of master modes in 3.23. We have 3 star systems out of 100. Nux doesn't even have any planets yet. We still have almost no physics. Ships, vehicles, containers, everything has the mass of an empty paper bag. Star Citizen has one of the worst UIs and inventory systems I've ever seen in any game. CIG cannot even do a working focus system, something that is established in the gaming industry for at least 30 years by now. In Star Citizen it happens often that a player wants to open a door, looks at the door, hits F, but instead he enters a turret that is above the player or sits down on a bed that is behind him, just because there was, for a split second, a very small floating F to enter the turret coming into his view. Player didn't even look at the turret was not even in his view. And we have all the lies. First release date of Star Citizen Squadron 42 was November 2014, yes, 2014.
It's called a rear admiral. That sounds kind of nasty, but I am a rear admiral. And so that'll get me, obviously, the finished game, the RSI Constellation, this Millennium Falcon, and maybe I can convince some of my friends like, you know, Spoonie or other Joe to be crew in it. We can go and travel the galaxy together and make funny videos about our encounters and shit. So that'll be pretty fun. I mean, this game looks to be really fucking amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and pledge. So if you want to be in the alpha and the beta for the game that comes out, they're estimating hopefully to have it out by November 2014. Obviously, that's a long time away.
Chris wrote, physics model is completely accurate. Chris wrote, Newtonian physics flight model. And you have Chris Polygon interview 2015. Squadron 42 will be towards the end of the year 2015. And the classic, by the end of this year, 2015, backers will have everything they originally pledged for, plus a lot more. Yeah, 10 years later, we still don't even have 10% of the stretch goals. Of course, no devs should be attacked personally, but I think it's fine that people on Spectrum are not always very happy. I'm not licking Chris' boots before I go on Spectrum to post something. We have no engineering and armor, but light fighters are still owning big ships. 2 Gladiators can destroy an Idris. It takes a while, but they can do it easily. Very recently, Avenger 1 made a video where he's talking about that he sees no real future for Star Citizen. You are not the only one, Avenger 1. CIG, if you want to be total Nazis on Spectrum, go ahead, it's your turf. But I can tell you, it will have a direct consequence for your sales. I'm totally fine if you're removing postings where someone is insulting or directly attacking a dev. However, not every feedback, and even feedback that is not very nice, is meant as a direct attack towards CIG or towards that devs. I have said this before, I will say it again. CIG has a lot of very hard-working devs, coders, artists, QA people who really want to make a fantastic game. But they are let down by Chris and CIG's top management. Chris and CIG never have a plan, never have a concept, never think in advance, and never think things through. Chris seems to think reworks of reworks of reworks of reworks of reworks of reworks don't cost money and time. Chris, they do. CIG, your game is going nowhere. I can accept it if progress is slow, but we are getting something good in the end. However, over the years, Star Citizen got worse and worse. We had a fantastic craft left back in 3.1.4. We had a much better flight model before 3.23 and introduction of master mode. Star Citizen always had issues with interaction delays and things, but it has gotten way worse. Oh yes, I know, dynamic server meshing will fix everything. We are hearing the same thing of the next Jesus tech that is just around the corner and will fix everything for at least 10 years by now, so color me a little bit skeptical. And now with your over-moderation of Spectrum, you are totally destroying the rest of goodwill we have. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen.
You asking me to speak frankly, sir?
Yes. Well,
Well, sir, it's just that you're incompetent, sir.
Fuck you!
star citizen!
Hey, you're still here. You might want to join me on Twitter or on Blue Sky.